Sport now on Afternoon Live with Hugh, a star-studded afternoon at Wimbledon, and Djokovic has got the first set.
That's right, Novak Djokovic doing pretty well. At least he raced to a first set to love lead against Roberto Bautista Agut. This on a day, as you say, that we await our first meeting of Rafa and Roger on the green grass of centre court since 2008. So much anticipation in the air as we cross to John Watson. And John, the denouement of the second set after Djokovic took that first is potentially taking place in front of us now.
Absolutely, and you wonder, Hugh, whether or not the support of Roberto Bautista's Agut's friends, who he's flown over from Ibiza, of course, where he was meant to be spending his stag do, to watch him in semi-final action here at Wimbledon, a place he didn't expect to be, clearly having booked his stag do during these Wimbledon Championships. And that support perhaps is helping, because as you can see here, he is serving for the second set to try and level the match against Novak Djokovic, who, as we know, is the defending champion, going for back-to-back Wimbledon titles this year, and in fine form, of course. Before being knocked out of the semi-finals of the French Open, he was on course to hold all 4 Grand Slam titles at the same time for the second time in his career. So this would be quite an upset if Roberto Bautista Agut can come past Novak Djokovic, but one step at a time, of course, and he will hope that that first step will be levelling up this match, this match with one set all, if he can hold out that service game. Now, of course, no introduction this match, does it? Roger Federer against Rafa Nadal. What a contest we have in store in that repeat of the classic 2008 final. Everyone's saying it's probably the greatest match in Wimbledon history, and we will see a repeat of it again. And there is a real sense here that this one will live up to expectations. As we know, it was Nadal that came out on top that day, the first of his 2 Wimbledon titles. Amazing to think that this is a 40th match between these two. 2 of the all-time greats, and astonishing, really, that we're still talking about the big 3, aren't we? Roger Federer, Rafa Nadal and Novak Djokovic, who, it's worth pointing out, have contested 55 of the last 57 Grand Slam finals, just to illustrate their dominance in the men's game. There has been some British success already, though. Andy Lapthorne was in action in the wheelchair quad doubles. He won his match, and that means he has won the doubles title as well. He was playing alongside Dylan Alcott, his doubles partner. They beat Kojo Sugino and David Wagner. And worth pointing out now, he plays Dylan Alcott in the final of the singles as well. So that'll be an interesting dynamic when they meet later. But great to see Andy Lapthorne there getting that doubles title. Just to confirm as well that Roberto Bautista Agut did hold on to his service game, so has levelled the match up in that semi-final, the first semi-final ever on centre court, at 1 set all, Hugh.
John, thank you very much indeed. You can, of course, follow that either on the website or indeed on BBC One right now. Now, each of the home nations involved in the Netball World Cup play their opening game on day 1 in Liverpool. The Commonwealth champions England have high hopes, of course. Scotland start their campaign tonight as well. But for the third of the 3, it was a tough start, as Kate Gray explains.
We've seen Northern Ireland in action already against the defending champions Australia. A really tough first game for them, and that was clear on court. The favourites Australia were just unstoppable out there. A brilliant scoreline, taking it to 88 goals they got, and 24 for Northern Ireland. It was a tough opening match, but it was a chance for them to really have a good practice. And unfortunately, the captain for Northern Ireland did hit the deck at one point, but she is doing OK now and is looking forward to the rest of the tournament. Just to mention, Zimbabwe have been a brilliant set of fans here, really setting an amazing atmosphere here in the arena, and there'll be definitely a match to look out for across the tournament. And just to let you know that England will be up at 7 o'clock this evening against Uganda, a very tough match for them, and Scotland will play Samoa.
Former England striker Peter Crouch has announced his retirement from professional football at the age of 38. Crouch most recently played for Burnley, who he left in June. He featured for 11 clubs in total during his career, including Liverpool, Tottenham and Stoke, and was capped 42 times by England. Crouch says his career has been a dream come true. Meanwhile, this could be one of the biggest football transfers of the summer. Barcelona have agreed to pay more than £100 million for Antoine Griezmann. That is the French international's release fee at his current club, Atletico Madrid. Much more to find out on the BBC Sport website, of course. You can follow Wimbledon at the very least, but also the second practice head of the British Grand Prix is happening at Silverstone right now. Plenty of drama already with Romain Grosjean crashing in the first session, so you can keep up to date with all of that and much, much more at bbc.co.uk/sport. But that's all we sport for now.
Thanks, Hugh. We look forward to it. State of emergency has been declared in the American state of Louisiana with the threat of the first hurricane of the season, Tropical Storm Barry, currently in the Gulf of Mexico. As Ben was telling us earlier, it's expected to be upgraded to a hurricane later tonight to make landfall tomorrow. And in New Orleans, there are fears the levees that were reinforced after Hurricane Katrina could be overwhelmed.